Hello, Flosstube. It's AM Dreaming Stitcher, and this is another installment in my seemingly never-ending parade of kits, charts, booklets, etc. that I have accumulated all over all my years of stitching and thought that I would share with you. I can't get them stitched, so this gives me something I can do with them. I have chosen a new spot to film in after already doing 21 installments and getting them all scheduled because I was ready to start on my smalls, and it occurred to me I might be able to film them in a different spot where the colors might come out a little better. These are still definitely not true to life. They're still washed out. My computer is what it always has been. But I'm thinking the colors might be a little better. So I thought I'd try it here. Um, these smalls, I've got quite a variety of them in different boxes and baskets, and so I just thought I'd pull some out and dive in. I try to give enough information about each so that if the viewer is interested, you can maybe look it up on your own. These two kits are from DMC. I got them in December when trying to order a gift for someone at an artist's website, and they didn't have a whole lot in the way of needlework, but I was looking to, if not fill up my cart for the free shipping, because that would require spending way too much, at least put in enough to get me to the reduced shipping rate, which is what I did. That's what these two kits did for me. These are both from DMC. I cannot figure out what the Aida fabric is. It looks smaller than 14 count to me. This one is called Japanese Flowers, and the other is called Tokyo. And they come with the hoops and the floss and so forth. And there's really not a lot to say about them. They have very, I won't call them multilingual instructions, although they do have more than one language, but it's more like attempting to give you instruction and information without any language at all. That's what they seem to be trying to do. So there's the first two in my small kits parade. Next, I have some very small ones. They're in my littlest box as far as the dimensions of the items that will fit inside it go. And this one is a Vervico or Vervaco kit that is sachets that have little owls, little holiday owls, one has to say. They're wearing Santa hats. What can I tell you about them? There's three of them. They come with the floss and the fabric. It's done in a way so that you can stitch them up into those little sachets if you wish. No idea what the count is. Can't tell you anything. Oh, that's very tiny. Must be 18 count. Looks very much like 18 count. Alright, here's another. If it looks familiar, it's because it's exactly the same one. I liked them very much, and they were on clearance, and I thought it would be fun to have duplicates, and so I got two. I don't do that too very often. This is another from the same company that I never can pronounce right, Vervico, Vervago. And these are called Flowers and Butterflies too. The other one was called Christmas Owlet, by the way, Owlet. These Flowers and Butterflies too are definitely a sachet. They come with the stuff you're supposed to put inside them. They're kind of like a potpourri. Potpourri bag is what they're calling it. What else can I say? They're nice little flowers. Here's another of the same sort of thing. This is called Winter, and we have nice little birds. Yeah, my colors are still pretty washed out. I don't know if this is doing me any favors to film in here or not, but as you can see, it's another potpourri kit. These, I think all of these particular Vervico ones came from Hobby Lobby on clearance one year. I miss them not carrying so much cross stitch anymore. This is Christmas Buddies. More little bags or sachets to stitch up, but not potpourri. There's quite a bit of glare in this location. I don't know if that's going to be a good thing. This is, give me a name. Can't find a name in English. Bookmarks. It's just called Bookmarks. That's not terribly helpful because I'm sure they made a lot of bookmarks. But you can see they do look like books. We have a pen and ink. We have a stack of books. We have our floss. We are on 14 count Aida. And those little sachets were definitely 18 count. I'm noticing on the back now where it gives me that information. They had a whole series of bookmarks. Lots of really, really nice ones, but they didn't carry them all at my store, so I just got the ones that they had. Here's one I've had a very long time. Oh, I'm having trouble centering these for you and getting the glare off at the same time and keeping them in focus. It's called Azaleas from Serendipity Designs by Carolyn Meacham. And it is on a linen, I believe. Yes, it is. Or an even weave. And I have another kind of companion kit to that, but it seems to be buried further in the box. I'll have to, it'll crop up as we go through. This is a little tiny artiste one. A small horse. They call him Horse. He was an artiste mini. I have said unkind things about artiste kits before, so I will forbear from repeating them again here. But he is on 14 count white Aida. Here is a Janlin kit of a little mushroom. They call it Mushroom. And it's on an 18 count Aida. I'm going to have to learn to reach farther over, so these are somewhat centered for you to see. And yeah, my colors are still not at all true to life. It's a lovely bright red. This is another Vervico kit. Cute Animals. That's the name of the kit. We have a fox, an owl, a hippopotamus. They seem to be attiring themselves in some kind of native North American garb of some kind. Reminds me of a kit I did from the same company of some bears who seem to be camping and playing it, being Indians. Oh, speaking of bookmarks from Vervico, here's another pair. Some of these have the number of the kit showing on there, so if I can't provide you with the name, which in this case I'm not seeing a name, maybe you can see the number, be able to track that down. And that's what it looks like on the inside, and there's the number again for you. I'm trying to tip it so you can really read it. Here's an artiste. I believe I have two of these. Yes, I do. The packaging is different, but it's the same design, and they were both marked down. They will have all the typical issues, but it is as with most artiste things, it's a pattern from Cooler Design Studio, so you can probably forego all the horrible charting and bad floss and just get the pattern directly from Cooler Design Studios and do it yourself. They're on a Monaco, they say a 28 count Monaco, but I remember using that for one of their other bookmarks and it was not a pleasant experience at all. I wonder what happened to that other one on linen. I am not seeing him in this box. Now I'm getting concerned about where he went to. Now I have a series from, not literally a series, just a series to me, as in I have many of them, from Textile Heritage, of some of their styles, designs that I liked quite a bit. This is a scissor keep from the Medieval Garden. These tend to be kind of pricey here in the States, but they are nice kits. This one's copyright 2007. Another is Medieval Posy. It's a card kit. Often they would repeat the same design on different kinds of finishes. Again, it's Textile Heritage. I love the way they package them up. They're so pretty. I'm sure I must have shown these in a video before because I remember admiring the beautiful packaging. Just look at the way that floss is done up for you. This is Tudor Rose, another card kit. I don't send cross-stitch cards, but I would certainly not be averse to framing those up as just a tiny little finish. And here is another of the Tudor Rose design, but this is what it looks like in a coaster kit. So just for some comparison, really it's just a small size difference, I think. Sometimes there's a little more difference between the two styles. And they do give you the coaster. So Textile Heritage. Copyright 2012 for that particular design. This one is Scottish Thistle from National Emblem Miniatures, done by the Textile Heritage Company. And there's that lovely little coil of floss inside the package. And a couple of wee Heeland Coos. This one's a key ring. Isn't he sweet? And yes, they give you the key ring and the floss to finish him up with. And here he is as a card kit. Charming little fellow. Again, with the kind of attention to packaging that I appreciate. Here we have a Welsh dragon. I really do think I showed some of these before. It's alright, I am trying to systematically make sure I go through everything I've got, so if it's a repeat, it's a repeat. It is what it is. This is a Heraldic Rose scissor keep. These are all still Textile Heritage. And they give you the materials you need in there, including a cord. This is a Heraldic Rose. And again, if you want to kind of compare the different designs, they're clearly related but not identical in this case. The coaster kit has the coaster and its floss as needed. This is in a language I don't speak. Let me see what I can figure out from this one for you. I probably got it from My Bobbin. I can tell you that much. It's designed by Darius Lesareva. The finished size is 4 by 4.5 inches. It's made in Russia. I don't think the English is going to tell me anything that helps. It's on a 14 count fabric. There's a number of some kind on there, 43231. But since I don't know the brand for you, I don't know that that helps. And here we have a little pumpkin from Luca S. They call it B097 Bostan. Bostan. 6 colors on a 14 count Aida. And the last in that small box is this pear from Elisa. They give the name in Russian or whatever that may be. Grusha? I don't know. 0164 is the number on it. And here's the way it's packaged. I'm going to pause you a moment so I can put those back in their box before we proceed. It's really going to bother me that I can't find that other Serendipity Designs, but maybe he'll turn out to be in one of my other boxes, I hope. I just wanted to show you that one of the things I do with my stash that I haven't mentioned before is I put things like these little cedar balls in the boxes so that bugs will not move in while I am waiting to stitch the things. Anyway, next we have a bunch of angels. I know I showed them when I got them, and they don't necessarily have to be stitched as angels, but on the other hand, it occurred to me I have some books of sort of miniature Christmas designs that could easily be made into ornaments like this. All you need is the clothespins and get yourself something to make the wings. You've already got kind of the template that you need from the packaging here, and you're going to see they just, all they do to vary among these angels is change the materials a little bit and change the design in the middle. Anyway, this one is from Holiday Time. It was sold through Walmart way back when. I didn't get it there. I got it on the secondhand market. It's called Partridge in a Pear Tree. And that's what she looks like in her package. Again, you just need a clothespin and something to work up for the wings. They give you the lace and the floss and all of that. But I'm just going to kind of go through all of them and show you. Here's one called Angel. You can see she's in different packaging. She also came on the secondhand market, but not from Walmart. This one's just called Tree to symbolize what's on the angel's gown there. And there's lace and so forth, all the things you need. They are made by Designs for the Needle. Most of them are on 14 count Aida, but not all. I looked through them before, and there were some that were on a smaller count. This is Cardinal. She looks pretty much like the others. She is a 14 count. No, she's 18 count. So that particular one is 18 count, perhaps to allow them to get a little more detail into the design than the 14 count would permit within the space, because all of these angels kind of work up to the same size, I have no doubt. This one is called Hearts and Trees, for kind of obvious reasons. There goes my camera struggling to focus for you. Hearts and Trees. There's packaging. That one is 18 count also. This one I have two of. I'm not sure whether they're both together or the other one's going to show up later in the box, but it's Mr. and Mrs. Santa. It's because I was buying them in lots. It wasn't because I was particularly fond of that design. I was trying to get lots that didn't have too many duplicates in them. And not all of them are even Christmassy looking angels necessarily. This one's on kind of a moss green Aida. It's called Roses. And it is a 14 count, no, 16 count, 16 count willow green Aida. This one is poinsettias. Very bright colors. This change in light didn't help a bit, I'm afraid. And it's on an 18 count. Looks like maybe more of them are 18 than I realized. This is Peppermint Heart. She's on 18 count. There's the Santas again, Mr. and Mrs. This one they call Santa Face. I think there were some variants on this that were very similar. That one was a 18 count also. My goodness, I definitely misspoke when I thought the majority were 14. It looks like most are 18 with the occasional 14 or 16. This one is Sleigh. I can just imagine a tree all covered with these. It's on an 18 count. This one looks like it's ready for more of an Easter tree. It is called Iris. And you notice that for the first time we have wings made of a different material. So this is why I was thinking that once you have one of these kits, really you have the template that you need to create your own designs. You could put any miniature thing onto the body of your angel's gown, and you could make wings out of lace the way they've done with this Iris one. They give you the directions, and all you kind of need is the pattern to go by to do your own creative things. That's on an 18 count. And here's another of those with the lacy wings. She's called Monarchs for the butterflies. And again, they provide you with all your materials, but I am sure you could find these notions. Now then again, I take it back. My local Joann's is closing, and I don't know whether the other stores carry the kind of notions one wants to find anymore, but you used to be able to get them anywhere. Maybe even Walmart has them. This is called Dove and Holly. It's again on that willow green fabric. And back to the metal wings, kind of gold. That's on a 16 count willow green. Here's another of the willow green angels. This one is called Apron. And there she is. And they're doing them all on, or on nearly all on these flat clothespins, but really any old-fashioned style clothespin would work. She was on 16 count because of that willow green fabric. This next one's another 18 count. It's called Tree. We had an earlier one called Tree, but I believe it was a very different tree than this. So that would make it a little confusing when searching, wouldn't it? There she is. She's on an 18 count. Another 18. This is Santa's. This is Greetings. I just heard my Roomba try unsuccessfully to go do its work. It hasn't been feeling well. And that was another 18 count. Here's a 14 count. Wasn't completely crazy. Some of them are 14, just not very many. It's called Patchwork. You can see her gown design is a little bit like a quilt. Yes, my dear. My cat is chatting with us. You probably heard her. She's telling me that the Roomba's not doing its job. This is Candle. And she is on a round pin. One of the first ones we've come across that's actually on a round wooden clothespin. So either works. And she's on an 18 count. Just two more angels, and then we can move on to something else. Oh, goody, the cat is jumping up on the computer desk. That should be fun. This is Doves. And that's 18 count. And this is Joy. Count. And I'm going to pause you again because there's enough time to do some smalls in this video. No, this one is not a small. This was on top of one of my smalls packages. This is something I got from eBay. It is a dimensions kit called Southwest Mesa. And they did not have the original packaging, but it has the original chart. It has fabric. It has floss. It has what you need to make it. I was a little unhappy because there are some markings on the chart, and I think some of the floss has been used. But I had been admiring the design for a long time and decided I wanted to try to get it because the price was very fair, even though it was open. You can see that someone had been working on putting markings here on the chart list and everything else. So I went ahead and got it, but at the same time, I was experimenting because before succumbing to buying it, I had something in my cart at Amazon for a very long time. Yes, this is one of those knockoffs that is not from Dimensions. It's called the Silk Road. And they had it from multiple different companies, which already is a clue that they have not licensed what they're doing. And I made sure to get the counted one because most of them were stamped and I wasn't interested in stamped. So why would I do that? Because I wanted to deliberately stitch both this 14 count Chinese version and the original Dimensions and compare them side by side. I can tell you already there's a big difference in the fabric because the Dimensions is on a kind of an ivory fabric and the Silk Road is on white, so you're already not going to get that effect. The charts look very, very much alike. The colors are similar, but I didn't notice any directives to do three strands of this and two of that and half stitches and so forth. So I really don't know how much alike they will prove to be in the end. But if I had time, yes, I really would stitch it twice just to see. Just to compare the original Dimensions to that, we can kindly call it a knockoff, I guess. But there was a little diversion from the smalls because I know that most of the smalls, I can't say most, but many of the smalls I know I showed in a video some years ago. And so you're just going to kind of be seeing the same thing again, and I hate to do that to folks. This next box is pretty full. I probably won't get through the whole thing before we run out of time. but I'll get through some of it. It's got a lot of textile heritages in it again, so a little bit more of the same kind of style of thing. This is Celtic Knot, a cross-stitch picture kit with card frame. Again, I like their packaging. It's on kind of a red Aida. Oh, he came from Walmart. It's a Busilla kit called Afternoon Nap. I think I've seen people stitch this. He's very sweet. He's on an 18 count white Aida. There he is in his packaging. Here is a companion to that last textile heritage one. It's called the Celtic Knot Needle Case. These are small, so I somehow thought maybe I could get them done someday. That doesn't excuse the number of them that I have. Here is a bookmark, Blue Tits bookmark, also textile heritage. And they give you the tassel and everything you need to finish it up, and the felt for the backing. And here is the Scotties and Westies bookmark from Textile Heritage. And this one I've had open multiple times. Let me see if I can get the picture showing for you. Celtic Cross bookmark kit. And comes with kind of a silk ribbon for the back. That one I got from a catalog called Pastimes that I don't receive anymore. I don't know if they're still sending a catalog out or not. I'm going to try to grab some that are off to the side. Keep myself somewhat organized. Oh, look! It's Angels. Does that look familiar? This one is called Bow. Yes, just Bow. Threw me off a little because they give I think a French name for it also. And that's what my eyes caught. It's on an 18 count. This is a Carousel Horse. I think these were my original ones that I actually did get in person in a store and not buy secondhand years later. So this probably would have been Walmart. Oh, I've had him open. Or he's gotten brushed up against something and got torn. And this is Silver Bells. So this is how I was aware of them, was from them being in the store way back when they were new. All designs for the needle. And I'm trying to pull out all the ones that are in an odd place in this box so that when I film another, I can be a little organized. So these are sort of stuffed along the sides of the box and just everywhere that I can get them to fit. This is another textile heritage. It's a coaster kit called Lion Rampant. This is Medieval Garden Needle Case. Oh, focus yourself, come on. Here we go. There's not really a lot to say about each of them because other than, there's a copyright of 2007, they're textile heritage, they're made in Scotland. They often don't have the stitch count or any, the fabric count or anything on them to help out, so there's not a lot to share. I made this one before. I have one stitched up. This was a duplicate that I got at the time. Evidently I got it at Michael's. It is a lace ornament from Designs for the Needle called Puppy. The one I stitched I altered to look more like our little dog. This is Father Christmas from Holiday Time. I think, yes, it is Walmart. I was going to say, I think it's another Walmart item. He comes with the little hoop to finish him in, frame him in. And the last odd one off to the side, so that's probably where I'll pause this video before moving on to the rest of the box, is this very sweet little ladybugs from Vervico. And do they give it a name? They just say bookmark. They have a whole series of bookmarks. So I guess you could look up Vervico cross stitch bookmark and see what designs come up. All right. I don't know how good that video was there. I wasn't feeling a great deal of enthusiasm for it. It was more an experiment to see could I film here. And it's done now, so I'll probably keep it and post it. But I'm going to try to drum up a little more excitement for the rest of this box as I continue with it. I see more textile heritage, but a lot of gold collection petites and things like that, a lot of dimensions waiting in this box. So thanks for stopping by and watching. My parade is getting closer to an end. The smalls are really all I have left before the books, and the books are going to take flip throughs, and I don't know when I'll film those because those will take a different sort of time to put into them. But I'm going to work my way through these smalls and get all the videos scheduled, and I hope some folks stop by and watch and enjoy them. Thank you very much. Bye bye.